Good afternoon. People are still here. Not everyone's teched out yet. That's good news. That's good news. So I'm here to talk to you about Dynamics 365 Business Central. The main objective is also to introduce you to us. We're a company called Cynet. We've been in the business for about 28 years. We're a Microsoft Gold partner. We have a large amount of technical expertise for implementations, upgrades. Also, as well as that, we have a very, very strong support group. We partner with various other Microsoft partners as well, and we have various integrations with them. We have customers that are still on the vision that we're hoping to move up to Business Central 365. So that's basically who we are. When we do an implementation, we like to minimize the effect that it actually has on the business. We're very conscious of the impact an implementation can actually have on a business, the effect that it can have, the disruption that it can have. And you've also got the effect that it has on your staff, because you've got staff that feel a little bit nervous and a little bit apprehensive about actually what's going to happen, how it affects their job. So basically, what I'm going to do is not very seamlessly. I'm going to move across to a video, which will give you a little bit of a background on, or an overview of 365.
As the leader of a small to medium-sized business, you wear a lot of hats. Visionary, creator, motivator, and everything in between. You know your core business, your customers, and your competition. And you also know that to stay atop your industry, performing well today is just the beginning. You need to be ready for tomorrow too, for new products, new prototypes, new services, and new business models. And while you might be ready to take on what's next, can you say the same about your financial and operating systems? Because to make your business dreams a reality, you need business solutions that keep pace with a constantly changing world. That's why successful SMBs have moved to the cloud with Microsoft Dynamics 365 Business Central.
Now, more than ever, small and medium businesses need to embrace digitalization because business as we know it is changing. The expectations are changing. The customer experience is changing. And even where we work and how we work is changing right in front of our eyes. And yet so many businesses are still limited by systems that simply don't allow for change. That's why we launched our next evolution of Microsoft Dynamics 365 Nav, GP, and SL to enable businesses to be powered by the cloud, powered by data, and powered by business intelligence. We brought together the productivity of Microsoft Office 365, the data connectivity and business intelligence of the Microsoft Power Platform, the security, scale, and geographic presence of Microsoft Azure. Dynamics 365 Business Central unifies these assets into a single application. This enables teams to connect with their finance, sales, service, supply chain, manufacturing, and distribution data. This connectivity ultimately allows teams to adapt faster, work smarter, and perform better.
Move to the cloud with confidence to adopt new business models faster, with flexible deployment options and innovative solutions that grow alongside your business. Connect people, processes, and insights to make better decisions quicker, and optimize productivity with embedded guidance and interoperability with Office 365 and Teams. Increase financial visibility and performance to close your books faster, get reports sooner, and obtain real-time cash flow and performance metrics at any time, on any device. Today's marketplace isn't just competitive, it's constantly changing, with every day and every minute bringing something new. Be equipped for what's next and unlock limitless possibilities with Business Central.
Okay, so seamlessly moving back to the presentation. Literally, what the question is why would you want to move? What's happening in your business? How is it evolving? So really, what we're talking about is businesses adapting and evolving. If your systems don't keep up with you, you have an issue, and it will actually slow that growth down. So let's put it on full screen, sorry. So literally, what you've got is disconnected systems in a lot of instances. You've also got reporting limitations, and you've got outdated legacy systems, all of which would benefit from moving on to be Business Central. The percentages there, I know, add up to 154. I sort of took that into account. The answer for that is it could be more than one of the three. So the issues that you could have for this is you can have siloed systems, duplicated data, manual processes, insufficient reporting, security issues. So for example, there's lots of companies that are still doing their accounting on Excel, whereas you could manage it a lot easier within Business Central. And you can bring the whole package together so that your whole business runs more smoothly, but it's also actually capturing the data. Now, the big thing is creating the circle that actually brings all that information together. So you've got your financial management, you've got your project management, sales and service management, operations management, supply chain, and reporting and analytics. If you take that and a number of different things, number of different other outside things you can use to bring the data out at the end. So we've now got Power Apps. There's been multiple sessions on Power Apps today. It's going to run along, and you're going to have a situation where you can actually look and you can see what your business is doing. It doesn't matter if it's manufacturing, doesn't matter if it's sales or purchasing. You will be able to look at your app and you can see at what status it's at. Is your production on time? Is the orders that you got in, have you got the stock for it? All of those things you can see, and you've also got jet reporting as well, which is something that we recommend. So that when you bring all of the pieces together and you actually want to report on the end of week, end of month, end of year, you can actually pull all of this together. You can do analysis on your sales and your various planning. So basically what you've got is a number of work streams. You've got financial management, sales and service management, project management, supply chain management, operations management, and reporting and analytics. If you can bring all those things together, or for example, we had a company just recently, a catering company, that we used the project management, we actually used the jobs to actually provide it as a service to their customers, where we were actually putting the costs into the jobs, invoicing the jobs at the end of the month, plus a management fee, which actually went to their customers, capturing everything within that job. So all of these areas here, we have expertise in, and we can help you work your way through. So basically, business operations and technology modernization. You need the two to run together. The two should expand together. And literally, your business operations, you need to be ahead of that game to allow for the growth to happen. Because otherwise you just hit a ceiling with it. So what it's actually doing is it's allowing you to optimize your team's productivity. It keeps it seamless. If you've got people that are using mobile devices in a warehouse to move things around, so for example, a company like Tasklet that has mobile devices to move stock around a warehouse, it makes it far easier than actually recording everything you've picked and then shipping it after the event. So you can link all that in together. You've also got the fact that it's not being shipped historically, so that has an impact on finance. So you can actually get your invoices out quicker. And this sort of goes back to the Power Apps. It's sort of now it's reached a stage where you are walking around with a phone and you can actually look. You can do approvals on your phone. So you can set up workflows, for example, on, say, a purchase order. And somebody raises a purchase order, they've created the purchase order, but you actually have the ability on your phone to approve it. Which means that the business doesn't stop until you're back in the office. So there's various uses for this, as I said, with production and with finance. There's a complete setup guide actually within the system. And it will take you through step by step and your options, because there are lots of options with Business Central. You can go in many different directions on your setup. And so what it does is it takes it through, and it's got tutorials attached to it. It's also got the ability to, if you hover over, which I'll show you in a little bit, if you hover over certain fields, etc., you can see what that field is, what it does, how it, what its impact is. But you have a whole guide to actually set up the system in the first place. Now, where we come in as consultants is we advise you which route to take within that setup. But what it does is it cuts down your fees, because we advise you which direction to take. But you can actually look at it and go, sorry, I shouldn't turn away from the mic. You can actually look at it and say, okay, fine, yeah, give me the options. Great, I can go away and do that now. So it cuts down your implementation fees as well. There's role-based There's role-based workspaces, so different roles have different pages, which I'll show you in a second and how to navigate around those. And those role-based workspaces, you would have a different opening page for each person, and what's on that opening page would fit their role within the company. So basically it's embedded within Microsoft 365. So you've got the quote to cash from Outlook. You've also got process orders, submit invoices without leaving Outlook, and send the invoices via PDF, which means you can generate and email the invoice in one movement, in one section. The other one that's come on, which isn't in the presentation because it's literally moved on a long way recently, is Teams. There's various links within Teams now that you can do, which I can see lots and lots of uses for. So what we're saying is that you've got the ability to control what you're doing. What it does allow you to do, which I'll also show you an example of, it allows you to draw your data off into an Excel sheet. Just literally download it, one button, one hit, download. What it also allows you to do, providing you've given the people the permissions, what it also allows you to do is it allows you to download the Excel, update the Excel, and reload it. And it'll update the database. There's lots of occasions where that's quite useful. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move over seamlessly again to Business Central. And I hadn't thought through the fact of using a laptop without a mouse and holding a microphone at the same time. There we go. Okay, so this is an opening page. What I've actually done is I've selected the role of project manager. Okay, so this goes back to what I was explaining before about. Oh, really? Don't know why. Sorry, I've lost the screen. I've lost the screen. That's that. It is rather, isn't it? Sorry. Thank you. Okay, we're back. So anyway, yes, basically what we've got here is a project manager screen, which is what I was talking about earlier. So what it does is it actually designs the page with what you're likely to use. So if I take actions, I could go anywhere in here really. So you've actually, from the front screen, you've got your job journal, job GL journal, resource journal. You can create your sales invoices for the jobs. So you've got a service, you're performing the job, you're literally putting that revenue into planning lines. Once you've put the revenue into planning lines, at a certain point, for a certain date range, or for a certain job, or for a certain task, you can actually just run that invoice and it will invoice however you want to take those invoices out. It also then updates the planning line to say you've invoiced it, so you can't invoice it a second time. So literally, within here, you've got all the reports, management, etc. If you go behind, you've also got all the various places you can go, jobs, job tasks, sales invoices, and all those are associated to that individual role. So if I go back to my Business Central, what you've actually got as well is you've got upcoming invoices. One click and you're into the invoice. And from there you can open the invoice. So to actually navigate through becomes quite easy. And you can add other panes to it as you go along. What you've also got within that is you can set up, I don't have any jobs set up in there at the moment, you can actually set up insights, and if you've assigned those jobs to that particular person, they will just see those jobs. They won't see the other people's. You can sort of monitor and decide whether you want them to go into other people's jobs because somebody's gone off sick or whatever it might be. So you've got job profitability. What you've also got at the bottom is Power BI reports. So you can actually build your own reports in here on the front page. They can go into them and they can actually analyze those reports on a daily basis, on a weekly basis. You can set up routines that actually run the reports and create them for you. You come in the morning, you can go and look at the report. So you've got a vast array of different, like I said, not a good idea with a mic and a pad. Yes, there's a vast array on that page. Now, if I go to the settings, and you can limit this so not everybody has the access to do this, and go into my settings, and if I go into Project Manager, which is what I gave myself, you will see there is a very long list of pages that are there. These are just the bespoke pages that you actually get with the system. You can design pages and put them in yourself. And we've actually used it where we've created links where customers of the clients actually have access to it so they can go in and perform a task. And you can actually limit it right down to what they can actually do. And you can link those by putting URLs on the front page. The other thing is that within 365, so 365 does like talent, for example, the HR piece. You can actually put URLs in the page, click on the URL, and it will take you into 365 Talent, for example. We have a client who does that. They have apps that they update all their timesheets on. Oh. Hello. We'll talk to you later, Duncan. Right. That is our managing director, by the way. He's not very well at the moment, and he's not here, which is why he wants to know how it's going. Right. So, there we go. What you can also do, just to give you a quick overview of how this works, if I do profiles, typing with one hand, you've got profiles and roles. So those are all the profiles that you've actually got. You can actually go into, where are we? More options. Related, there we go. User personalization. And you can define what each person has and what page they have. And you can go through and you can set it up, run through it. You can have different languages. You can vary what region it is, what company they have access to, because we have clients with multiple companies. Once you've done that, what you can also do is you can go in and design the page, and you can actually design every single page that's in here. Now you can do this en masse, or you can do it. So let me open up a sales invoice, because I know there's one there. Thank you, Tim. So let me open up that. Within here you've got personalization. Oh. And you can personalize your page. Now, if I click on the lines, it will allow me to add fields. It allows me to hide fields. And so there you go at the top there. It'll allow me to hide. And you can design the page that your employee is actually looking for. Okay. The other part that's quite useful is the planning module. It's got quite a large and complex planning module within it, which means that you can actually automatically be told what purchase orders you need, what transfers you need, what assembly orders you need. So that's a basic run round of what we're doing and what we've got. We have experts. There you go. It challenges you, whatever you do. We have experts in all different fields. Mine's manufacturing, warehousing, logistics. But we have individual experts in finance. We can provide you with the people you need, including the developers. So it runs all the way through. To support. We have very talented guys in our support team, and they will lead you through any issues that you have. So basically, that's it from me. I hope it's been useful and given you an insight. There we go. And hopefully you'll think about either upgrading or purchasing, moving over to Business 365, because there's a lot of mileage in this and there's a lot of things coming out already. I've mentioned the link with Teams, with Outlook, with the various 365 pieces that we have, the Power Apps. There's a lot moving forward, which means that if you actually get your business into Business 365, it doesn't stop there. It keeps evolving, it keeps moving, it keeps growing. And yeah, that's the next steps if you choose to take it. Microsoft Dynamics 365. There we go. Thank you very much.